You started your business for freedom, but what if it's actually stealing it instead of giving it to you? My name is John Briggs, author of the 3.3 Rule. Let's fix that. So when we vaguely refer to freedom, we're actually referring to three specific types of freedom: freedom of time, freedom of money, and mental freedom. But when we start our business, what happens is we don't have freedom of time. Instead, we're working constantly, 24/7, all the time. We aren't spending time with our loved ones, with our spouses, with our kids, with our friends. We also don't have freedom of money. Usually it's the hope and pray method. Boy, I sure hope after I pay all these bills, there's something left over that I can take home to pay for my personal expenses. And then there's the mental freedom. We constantly find ourselves worrying about what needs to happen in the business, which means even in the rare cases that I'm physically somewhere else with loved ones, I'm not mentally present. Now, I believe lasting happiness is tied to our ability to get all three of those freedoms. And we need all three of those freedoms at the same time. If any one of them is missing, it's going to be a problem to that happiness that really is what we're looking for as to why we started the business in the first place. So if I don't have mental freedom, it kind of doesn't matter if I have money to do what I want when I want, to pay for it, to even buying nice things. Cool, I have a lot of money. But if I don't have the time to enjoy those things, I'm gonna run into some issues. I think having lasting happiness is only possible when we have all three of those freedoms at the same time. If any one of them are missing, we're going to run into some issues. So for example, if I don't have mental freedom, it doesn't matter that I can do what I want when I want and pay for it, because I'm constantly going to have my happiness stifled by the fact that I'm worrying about what's going on in my business or what my business needs to do. Now, I don't want to be misunderstood. I think worry is a great motivator. And I'm not trying to say we need to eliminate worry from our lives. I think when business owners worry, they are finding solutions to the things that make them worry so that they don't have to worry about it in the future. So in other words, to worry is to problem solve. Find a problem, I have a solution, I worry less. And I think the businesses that grow are the ones that are able to find solutions and overcome problems. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about worrying. I am worried about the constant state of being worried, which is what most business owners find themselves in. That is not healthy for us. That will lead to a decline in physical health and mental health. Again, if mental freedom is missing from our three freedoms, I'm not really going to have lasting happiness. If I don't have money freedom, it kind of doesn't matter if I can take time off, because I'm going to feel unfulfilled because I don't have the financial means to do what I want to do when I want to do it, or anything when I take the time off. So I'm limited there. And if I don't have money freedom, it's pretty unlikely that I would have mental freedom. I'm going to be stressed out because I don't have the cash to do a lot of things. I mean, some of my business stress could likely be alleviated if I had more cash. Now, I don't believe money can buy happiness. I think happiness comes internally, and it's an emotion that needs to be felt inside. But I do believe money can buy a lot of things that help me get into an emotional state of happiness. Now, there are probably lots of examples one may give, but I'll give a common one that I think proves this point. One of the reasons I likely am stressed is because I have more work to do than I'm currently getting done. That never-ending to-do list, right? One way to get more work done is to hire someone that will then help me get that work done. But if I don't have money freedom, if I can't pay for that person, then I can't help alleviate the stress that I have work to do that I can't get done. Does that make sense? So I could pay money to hire someone, and the hiring of that person will then alleviate some stress and allow me to get more work done because I have another extra set of hands helping me. That's why if I don't have money freedom, my internal state of being happy is going to be very difficult to achieve. Okay, and the last one. If I don't have freedom of time, that means I'm working 24/7, 7 days a week, or as close to it as possible. Okay, that is going to have that stress that we've already talked about, and going to have a negative impact on my health, my physical health, my mental health. Also, if I don't have freedom of time, I could have all the money in the world. But when am I going to fully enjoy that benefit of having all that money in the world if I don't have the time to use it? That's why we need all three of those freedoms at the same time: freedom of time, freedom of money, and mental freedom, to really enjoy this state of happiness that we want. I mean, ultimately, that is whether you consciously or subconsciously wanted it. That's why you started a business. You were looking for that which you didn't have prior to starting your business. Now, the vehicle that we need in order to accomplish all three of those freedoms does come from a profitable and efficient business. The issues that can get in the way of us having those three freedoms fall into 4 categories within our business: cash flow, team member, systems, clients. It's not just about paying attention to revenue. We also need to pay attention to expenses. We need to make sure our team members are trained. We need to make sure that we basically have given them all the resources necessary in order for them to be successful at what we're paying them to do, which is to help the business be profitable and efficient. We need systems so that our team members aren't reinventing the wheel every time they do something, that there's a best in class approach that we've given them that they can follow. We need to find the right clients for our business and avoid bringing in the wrong clients that take away from the things of being profitable and efficient. So again, the things that can get in the way of us accomplishing those 3 freedoms are going to fall into those 4 categories: cash flow, team members, systems, and clients. If you found that helpful and want to dive deeper into these concepts, my book, The 3.3 Rule, will teach you how to fix any issues that are arriving in those 4 areas. You can find a link to the book in the description below. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next video.